Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, you know. You know where we not going. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Oh, right now. It's been a while since I got jiggy with it. I want to speak on how your spirit, your spirit is almost like something, well, put like this. Let's start off with your body. Your body is almost like a jail cell, your ego, your 666 carbon suit. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, all the terminology cell, like dealing with your cells in your body. That's why I resonate with jail, like a jail cell, you know what I'm saying? Because as above, so below, so that's the same difference, you know what I'm saying? The essence of source, you know what I'm saying, within you is locked in your cells, you know what I'm saying? And it's not able to be a part, of everything. Of course, within your physical body, in essence, you're connected to everything, but not the way you really would be if you didn't have this actual 666 bodysuit and be an illusion of thinking that this, matrix was a reality, you know what I'm saying? Hope I ain't lose y'all. But you know what I'm saying? Like this is lockup, you know what I'm saying? Your cells, matter of fact, that's why when Lucy was getting closer to 100% of her brain capacity, you know what I'm saying, getting basically closer to source and essence, you know what I'm saying, her cells was starting to like dwindle away and kind of cause the source within her cells, the God, the source within, you know what I'm saying, that prana, that life force energy, that energy part of source was trying to get back to everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's why like when she wasn't taking that medicine, her body would start like dwindling away. And not really dwindling away, it was just like unlocking from out of that 666 entrapment, that bodysuit, and becoming a part of everything, kind of like where at the end of the movie where she finally, fully, got to 100%, where she became one with everything, where she hit old boy up on the cell and was like, look, I'm everywhere now, you know what I'm saying? How I always make a reference to like the bubble off I think I did a video on this too, but it was like an episode on Adventure Time where they had a bubble, and excuse me if y'all don't keep up with the characters, but BMO, the little computer. But anyway, they had a bubble, you know what I'm saying? And the bubble, was a live talking or whatever, and Jake popped the bubble, and BMO crying like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But the bubble started talking like, no, now I'm with everything and I'm everywhere. I'm just realizing that, I was entrapped inside that bubble when I really was something even more than that, you know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with us, you know what I'm saying? We are, source, you know what I'm saying, a part of, of everything. And matter of fact, speaking of, I'm thinking about phase conjugation and about how centripetal force is, like where, like even with our auras, you know what I'm saying, like our auras, our chakras is kind of like locked in our spine in essence, you know what I'm saying? But basically, our body is like a jail. As a matter of fact, that's what's kind of like the parables and paraphrasing, or let's say that's the paraphrasing, or how could I say, the personification of most of the parables in the ancient texts deals with, your body, entrapping the spirit, you know what I'm saying? You getting caught up in those five senses, you know what I'm saying? Of just taste, seeing, and touch and all that, you know what I'm saying? It's getting caught up in that 666 bodysuit, that carbon. Why I'm saying 666 is carbon, you know what I'm saying? Carbon is basically the building block of basically most of all life within this, within this realm, within this planet, you know what I'm saying? Carbon, and matter of fact, carbon is also basically the main thing that's in melanin, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, with the carbon beings, 666, and that's why melanated people, you know what I'm saying, the ancient people, that's why prophecy spoke of the 666 bodysuit, carbon like that, because, it had to do with the melanin, the carbon within the melanin, you know what I'm saying, within the skin pigmentation, you know what I'm saying? So that all resonates. But basically, we are like a spirit locked up in jail. And also why I thought about that, because I also thought about situations where I've seen people ego lock their spirit in jail. Where, like, say for instance, I come to somebody talking about health and this and that, They like, oh no, man, this and that. And when I talk to that person, like, like almost a personification of it, literally, like, but what I see in their eyes, like I could see like a little soul, like, like that true divine spirit, just, behind bars, just locked up in that person. I could see it in their eyes, while their ego, keeping that soul locked up, like, oh, nah, helpful, this and that, that ego just constantly, like, keeping you, keeping you down, because your ego also wants you, to think that you are an individual away from source, Matter of fact, like I say, back to the ancient text dealing with the devil, or with Maya, the illusion, the illusion of the matrix, the illusion of earth, Maya, being in this matrix, But all that, it resonates the same, like being in this 666 suit, like I say. And with the ego entraps people spirit, like that's the also like dealing with the pain body, which is spoken of in the Power of Now in Eckhart Tolle book. I think I referenced this in my last video, but same thing, like is that ego, holding your spirit back, like say for instance right now, I'm surprise, I'm headed to California, I'm about to actually move, to Moreno Valley, in the next, 2 weeks or so. And it, like, when it first got presented to me, the ego ready to find 1,000 reasons, not to let that, that spirit, get out and spread its wings, and like let that heart energy, that source energy express itself, that ego, like, oh no, like let's keep things the same, let's stay around the same people, and ain't nothing wrong with this, but I'm just speaking on it, from the level of like, where you meant to go with your spirit, and if how can I say, if something's going against your spirit, then 9 times out of 10 it's your ego trying to hold you back and trying to keep things the same. And your ego is gonna be the thoughts that try to give you them negative thoughts, like, oh man, it's gonna be hard to make that transition or this and that. And it's like, nah, that spirit, like, man, you manifest whatever you think of, like, do this, like, what, like, go, and that's the thing. But that ego ready to, keep that spirit in jail, keep it locked up. Like, you try to help somebody, like I say, with medicine, or like I done seen people like trip out over you telling them some health stuff, like almost like that help is gonna kill them, in which the personification is that help is gonna kill their ego, because that's what's in control of, of their vessel, at the moment when they're, operating like that. That's the ego. So the ego is scared to die. So yes, when somebody's talking of chakras and spirits and crystals, it's not necessarily that person per se that's scared, but it's their ego that's scared of that growth and that change for the better. That ego not looking for that. That ego looking to keep you a zombie. Like back I say, with the devil, looking to keep you in the illusion, Which I don't like to use that terminology so much, but that's where they, that's one of the things they used it and got it from, Like the duality in this physical, wanting you to deal with the physical, that ego just trying to, like I say, with the pain body, always trying to make you, with that person, look at that person's shoes, or look at, or this, when in essence, we all are one organism, So your ego constantly though trying to separate. And there is a such thing as a healthy, ego in the essence of like, or should I say a conscious, being, a conscious ego where you being your individual self, so to speak, but at all times that that source is within, that you are one with source, and that you and everything in existence is source, and everything is interconnected. So you could still be, for example, Kari, from Opelousas, but at the end of the day, You know, I know that it's way bigger than that, of course, you know what I'm saying? Car from Appaloosa is just the name of this vehicle that I'm using in this lifetime, you know what I'm saying? That's just the name of the vessel I'm using in this lifetime. And that's, you think of your soul too is more in terms of like the vehicle person relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a vehicle, you know what I'm saying? Like so at a funeral, us crying and all that hooping and hollering at the funeral is almost like crying because somebody wrecked their car. They still living, you know what I'm saying, but they wrecked their car, and we got their car parked, you know, with everybody around it with a little casket for the car. And that's because that's generally the same exact thing, you know what I'm saying? And you got a little casket for the car with a little hole you done dug for the car, and everybody like, oh, we won't be able to drive that car no more, man. Got a bunch of other cars to drive, and we, you know what I'm saying? But that's the personification of us tripping over death, like, 'cause it's a vehicle, man. The soul still, you know what I'm saying? And once we start having that understanding too, that's when stress free up, you know what I'm saying? You get a better understanding to pass on to the future, you know what I'm saying? To keep changing and progressing and evolving, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what the ego is scared of, you know, evolving, you know what I'm saying? Like the ego wants you to stay the same. The ego, it is in the, the ego, is on some shit like, let's make America great again. Let's keep things the same. That's the ego, you know. While the spirit, like, nah, you know, let's spiritually evolve and get back to source. You know, a matter of fact, if you want to look at, like, it's almost like, you know, who's spiritually trying to, you know, get back to source, you know, and who not, you know, and that'll let you know what's in control of that vessel. The ego is really in control of that person or the spirit, you know. And there's so much more into it than that, you know what I'm saying? But just you know, generally and basically speaking, you know, but a vehicle. Don't let your ego lock your spirit up. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, some old people walking around now mad because their parents, you know, was hard on them and forced them to lock their spirit up. Like, what, they 50 years old, still wishing they could be what they wanted to be, but mom and dad, and then, you know, and then coming from an older era, you know what I'm saying? It was different, so their parents was more strict for sure on killing that imagination and all that, you know, you're gonna be what I want you to be. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents and older people born in like 1940s, 30s, 50s, you know what I'm saying? They come from that generation where their parents was like, you know, like, nope, you gonna do and say what I, you know, do and say, you know, doing what I tell you to do, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's why you got a lot of people angry and mad now, because they locked up their spirit at a young age when they didn't want to and wasn't supposed to, and now, you know, it done turned into anger and depression and all kind of other things, you know, turn into becoming a crackhead. These, you know what I'm saying, not to be funny, it's realistic, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, because, you know what I'm saying, not, basically not being themselves in essence, but also, just like I say, it is a part of the essence of the spirit. Locking, you know what I'm saying? You can't lock that spirit up. You know what I'm saying? Once you lock that spirit up, man, that's, you know, that ego, the devil working, like how the Christians, that devil working on you, that devil. That's a beside case, that's your ego, you know. Your ego working on you, trapping your soul, you know what I'm saying? And keeping you in this reincarnation process without realizing what's really going on, you know what I'm saying? Along with the Catholic Church and all them, you know, people trying to, you know, make you believe in just that heaven or hell so they could get that bread from you and, you know, monopolize on your physical, and they monopolizing on your soul because they got a contract with some beings, you know what I'm saying? Leave it at that. But, you know what I'm saying? Don't lock the soul up, man. Let the soul be free. And like I was thinking, because I wanted to do a different video on that, because I kind of let some of that leak, because while I was on it, like, well, you know, people from that older generation, they tend to be, you know, like I say, more mean or stern, or like, you know, hurt by, you know what I'm saying, like, say for instance, more of like, say for instance, looking at the generation, of course they had people to do drugs, you know, they went to school with me before that, you know, but just looking at the social dynamic of like people that's in there, you know, I was born in like the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you know, like say for instance, if you felt like you were like say for instance dealing with homosexuality, all that, you know what I'm saying, where if you felt like you really were something else, you know what I'm saying, and you know, fresh from birth or whatever the case may be, like you felt like you wanted to be an astronaut, you felt like you wanted to be a dancer but you was a boy, like, you know what I'm saying, all these different things, you know, you wasn't allowed to be what you wanted to be in those generations, especially, matter of fact, especially for black people in America, melanated people in America, because you had to be a slave, or you know, you had to, or you was still being oppressed and you really wasn't allowed to be, you know what I'm saying. But for the most part, that generation, you know what I'm saying, they had to deal with that tough, and that's why they, for the most part, too, they the ones with the least amount of this type of information, you know what I'm saying, because they were fresh off of that lockdown, you know what I'm saying. But back to the point, you know what I'm saying, you don't let your parents, don't let nobody, you know what I'm saying, and as a parent, you, if you are a parent, don't lock down your kids' soul and spirit, you know what I'm saying, like, let that soul be free, man. You know, get on that ascension process, get close to the source, you know, get further away from that ego. And if you gonna dwell in ego, you know what I'm saying, be conscious that you are a part of source at all times, and everything around you is source, you know what I'm saying? All your experiences is your thoughts and focuses, your thoughts and things you focus on coming to you, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody around you and everything is basically like a dream world, you know what I'm saying? If I pop up around you, that because you manifest the roster brethren from Opelousas, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you pop up around me, I manifested you, you know, vice versa, you know, because we one, you know, it's one organism. We sending the vibrations out continuously, you know what I'm saying? But back to the main point, ending on that. Don't let your ego lock your spirit in jail. Like, there's a reason why they call these things cells. There's a reason why you back in this human body, you know, too. Because if it's meant for us to just straight up ascend and go right back, you know, in which in some cases, some special cases, like say for instance, you might have been a child, it's like, let me see, in this lifetime, even though I know about the ascension process, say for instance, I'm going to go back unknowingly and see if I could learn and make my way back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may give yourself that challenge, you know what I'm saying, before you come, but whatever the case may be. But just don't let your ego lock your spirit up, and understand that we are infinite, you know, beings, you know what I'm saying, a part of infinite source that is eternal and eternally, you know what I'm saying, infinitely never going anywhere, you know what I'm saying. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. But peace, happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now.